In today's tutorial, let's learn to make the tri-color cowl together, and this is another free pattern available on yarnspirations.com. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to work on the tri-color cowl. It's made up of 3 colors, that's why it's called tri, and it requires 3 balls only, and there's 3 different colors, and it's the Bernat Meg bulky yarn just like you see here. In order to play with this yarn today, you're going to need a size S crochet hook just like you see in my hand here, and this is also a 19mm, and I get my hooks, they're handmade in Ohio, and they're from the Bagsmith, and I'll provide a link in the more information of this video for you to be able to get one. They're only sold online and they're absolutely exquisite. So within today's tutorial, let's learn how to make this. This is really quick and simple. I'm just going to show you the basics on how to get started, and let's just cover a little bit more about the pattern in just a moment. So let's examine the pattern more carefully. So here it is, and here's the big size hook, and it only asks you to chain 30, and for that, because it's such a thick hook, it's gonna go really quickly. Now this is not going around your neck as you're crocheting. It's actually done as one big panel, and then the sides are sewn together, and you can just sew it up on the one side. So I'm going to show you today on how to work with the half double crochet in the horizontal bar that it's asking for, and once you can see that, you can use this technique for any other types of stitches that you may ever want to do in the future, but this is how you do this particular cowl. So without further ado, let's grab our Meggy bulky, let's grab our hook, and let's get started. So let's grab our yarn and create a slip knot. So this is a big size crochet hook today. You don't see me crocheting with stuff this big too often, and we're going to insert our hook in. Remember that when you're using a big shafted hook like this, we still have to get our yarn down to the shaft of the hook, or it's not gonna have the right tension all the way through. Okay, so we've got to make sure we keep moving it down there just to get the right size stitching. Now in the cowl today, you're going to chain 30 if you're doing this exact pattern. I'm not going to do that. I'm just gonna show you a small example just to show you how to do the half double crochet in the horizontal bar. So I'm going to just chain 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So if you're doing the cowl, chain 30, and this is how you're going to do this particular project. So let's go on to row number 1. Row number 1 says half double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. So we look at the chain and we count back. So 1, 2, and 3, and that's where I'm gonna go. So I'm going to go into that one, and we're going to wrap the hook first because we're gonna half double crochet in that one. So just go right into the back of the chain only. So it's just 1 strand. Yarn over, pull through, and now you have 3 loops left on your hook. Make sure that you do slide it down the shaft so you have consistency, and then just yarn over and pull through all 3. So what we're gonna do for this whole thing now is just half double crochet along the chain. If you get the back loop of the chain once you do the first one, it's gonna stay consistent, and it will stay turned over so that the next loop is exposed for you to be able to play with. So we're just gonna half double crochet in the back loop only, and that's the back loop of the chain. There is if you're new to crochet, there is stitches called the back crochet in the back loops. It's not quite the same thing. So you're gonna go all the way down if you're doing it for chaining of 30. See how I'm kind of shifting it and then I'm moving it? You get in the habit of doing that. See, I'm moving it so that it gets the thickness of that hook, and you keep on going. And I'm gonna do my very last one. So even if you're off by 1 stitch for this whole thing, it's not gonna make a difference because it's all just half double crochets. So that is concluding the first line. So the second line is the repeat pattern throughout the whole cowl that you're going to do. Let me show you how to do that next. Okay, the second row says work 1 half double crochet in the single horizontal bar created by the stitches in the previous row. So what we're going to look down is here. Here's the diagram, and it shows you that you need to come down into the horizontal bar that's going across. So it's right underneath the stitches itself, and let's turn this project around and let me show you where that is, and let me show you how to do that. So let's chain 2 and turn our work and show you where that bar is. So if you look around, okay, there's going to be what appears to be 2 strands, and only one of those is the horizontal bar, and it goes right underneath. So here's the horizontal bar, this one we ignore, and there's the next one. So it's almost like when you're doing this you gotta look and kind of skip over one in your mind. So when you go to half double crochet, you go right into the bar instead of the normal stitch that you see on the top. And if you're not sure at the end, just count your stitches. So this one here that looks tight, you don't want that one, you want the next one. So your mind has to, like, it's not skipping over anything, just don't look at that small little one. Okay, so here's the small one we want to ignore, come to the big one. And you want to just half double crochet. Okay, small one, ignore it, come to the next one. So I've got my brain kind of trained that I'm just skipping over, so skip that small one. So if I end up with extra stitches at the end of this, I know that I probably have gone into one of these small ones by accident. So I'm going to come to the end real soon, so small one, skip. Okay, and then coming up. And don't forget I still have to do that end piece. So this is the kind of like the last horizontal that I can see. I think there might be one more. Let me just look for it. Yeah, there it is. It's a small one there. Actually I'm just gonna go right into the regular stitch for the end. So just half double crochet right into the end. Okay. So every other row in this pattern is identical to each other. So we have one row doing the half double crochet across the bar, and then the other one that we're about to do is a half double crochet using the back loop only. Now technically, as per the instructions, I should be changing color. I'm gonna show you how to change color a little bit later on. I just want to just basically turn this thing around and show you how to do the back loops, and then you can then sail off to the races really and get this done. So to do row number 3, we're going to do back loops only. So we're going to just simply chain up 2, and it says working on the back loops only, 1 half double crochet into each. So you're just gonna do the back loops only. So in crochet, if you're new to crochet, there's always 2 strings, and that's a stitch. But if you go into the back one only, that's the back loop. If you go into the front one, it's the front loop. So just think about where you're sitting, whatever's closest to you is the front, and whatever's furthest away to you is the back. So you're gonna wrap the hook and just dive over top of the stitch and go into the back loop only and half double crochet. And again, this is gonna create some really interesting stitch work just like you see, and you're going to do that all the way. Once you get the first one in, basically it's just easy to see what you need to do or where you need to go. You'll see a line starting to form in front here, and that's the back loop half double crochet. So every other row is this, and then the other rows in between is going back to the horizontal bars again, and I'll show you that in just a moment. I am going to show you how to change colors and how to hide your yarns in when you go to do that, and I'll show that just in a little bit. Just give me a moment, and you're gonna come all the way to the end and go to the back loop. So to go to the half double crochet with the bar again, you're just gonna turn your work. Okay, so you see how this side is kind of flat, so it works out kind of neat. So let's do it again. So this is the half double crochet with the middle bar or the horizontal bar. It's chain up 2 to begin, and just like I showed you before, just look for where these horizontal bars are and you'll be able to see it. Okay, so just kind of looking through. Okay, there's your first one right there, and it's just like I showed you before. There's 2 that look like they're horizontal. You're going for the big one of the 2. Okay, there's the small one you want to skip, go to the next big one. So with this particular project, the way that we're doing it, all of the fancy footwork is going to be on the front side of this, where people can see the nice patterning that you're going to be wearing when you're supporting this cowl. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to stop here at the end of this line, and then I'm gonna show you how to change color. The sample will look slightly different. I realized during after it was edited that I should have included some stuff, and so I just refilmed just to make it more clear to you on what we need to do. So you're just gonna go right into the loops, right into the end, and then when you're ready for that, turn your work again, coming back to the top, back loops only, and again just looking at the stitches, go into the back. So the next part of this, I'm going to show you how to do the concept of changing color. And then that will conclude today's video. So you can see how the lines really work up. It's kind of like a zigzag, and it's really, really neat. It actually looks like knitting if you ask me. Okay, so let me show you how to change color. That's coming up next. So if this were my project and I was changing colors, what I just normally do for myself is I fasten off completely. So I'm just gonna cut, scissors. This stuff's really thick because it's mega bulky, and I'm just going to just pull this yarn through, and I'm just gonna pull it tight, and I'm gonna weave this yarn in a few of these stitches. But look how big this project is already, and I just did a few stitches, so that's why the mega bulky is so popular, and people are using this to learn to crochet as well. So let's turn our work, and I'm not gonna worry about this now, but I'm gonna start the next row up. So here's another color. This is like a orange, and I'm gonna start off with the slip knot. Insert my hook, and I want to come into the top of the first one, and I want to just join it. Okay, so just yarn over, chain 2, 1 and 2. And what I want to do is I want to take this straggler here, and I want to just kind of maintain it. So I want to just keep an eye on it and put it through the stitches. So watch. So I'm going to come to the horizontal bar, and I'm gonna leave this straggler down on top, so it'll get stuck around there, so it blends it, and we half double crochet as normal. Okay, so skip the small one, go to the next. Just again leaving that down on top. Do you see that? So just keeping that in check. You're just gonna run it through a few stitches. You don't have to go crazy with it. It's just a matter of stabilizing it. So I'm gonna put it out of the way now, and I'm gonna carry on for the remainder without worrying about that, and I can trim that later. So I guess that's it for now. Until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarn Inspirations. This is the Tri-Color Cowl, a very simple and really quick concept in order to play with. Until next time, we'll see you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.